Hey, y'all. Good morning to you. Man, y'all, in a minute this hair gonna be, I'm gonna be like, shake, shake. Come on. It's such a good morning. Let's go. Mm. I was thanking the Lord. I was like, thank you for letting us have some time in. It's kind of Him when He does that. Thank you. He doesn't have to. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Man, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Come on. Y'all here? What's going on here? Man, man. Oof. Yeah. I'm gonna, we still persisting this week, right? We still persistent. Like I'm persisting. We're persistent. Ooh. Yesterday, one of my covenant sisters had prayed a prayer for me. She was like, I'm praying that God, show you a manifested sign, a covenant sign of, and it was more than just that, but just a covenant sign of a rainbow. And she lives in New York. She's texting me from New York. And as she's texting me from New York, as she's texting me from New York, um, she's sending me pictures of a rainbow. I'm sending her pictures of a rainbow. My other sister is texting me and said while she was walking that morning, there was a rainbow. Then she's driving to another location. She's sending me another picture of a rainbow. And then I'm driving to another location. And she's in another state and she's sending me another prayer. She said, I asked God, because she was praying some specific things for me. She said, to give you this covenant sign of a rainbow. And here it is, like where I am. And I said, no, it's not just where you are. And then she had just prayed some specific things for me. And it was funny because yesterday, um, man, I wish, and I'm not saying this for sympathy. Can I say, I wish y'all understood like how much gets poured out by this ministry, like how hard we go for women in business, for Feed the Streets, making sure people have what they need, sending food to people in other states, like, but just even the sacrifice and the things that we do, like on the devotional, it's just a lot comes out of this ministry. And I don't want you to think that this ministry is small. It's not small because you're here and you impact this ministry. And so sometimes I need to know. I need to know, like, I know God hears me, I know God sees me, but like, I just need to know. Like, I just need to know. I need to see it for me too. I pray it for y'all all the time, but I'm like, man, I need to see it for you too. And so she had prayed some things, some so literal and so specific that I know for a fact that only she could have only that was only revealed to her by the Spirit. Like flesh and blood could not have known that. And then one of my other covenant sisters was in up in my city, and she texted me yesterday. She called me, and I was working because work for budgets, all the stuff as a CEO and leader. I just don't preach. We run this ministry like a full-fledged 501c3 operation. This is business for us as well. So working on the budgets for the month, working on getting out, stuff for women in business, different things. Um, and I'm working, and usually when I'm working, I don't pay attention to my phone. She was calling my phone, and I'm going somewhere with this. So she's calling my phone, and as she's calling my phone, I text her back. I said, I can't talk right now. I said, but I can text or you can voicemail me. Oh, let me share because I haven't shared yet. And I know it's a holiday for some people. I don't really celebrate a lot of holidays. Not that I don't enjoy them. I just, my emphasis on holidays has changed over my life because I think we should celebrate things every day. And so, like life should be celebrated. I'm sorry, I'm sharing because some people wait on my share for them to get on. And so then, as soon as I, as soon as, hold on, y'all, I'm sharing. Hold on. As soon as I text her back and she goes, man, she was like, I need to get, um, she was like, I need to get something to you. I have a gift for you. And I'm like, man, okay. Like this is bananas. She's like, I have a gift to you for you. I have a gift for you. And so I love jewelry. I don't know if y'all know that. Not a little bit, like a lot of it. And so she shows up and she has these two bracelets. One, living my best dash. And if you don't know, the funny thing about that is I taught, my background and emphasis is in gerontology, and I used to make my students do an assignment about living between the dash, and living between the day you're born and the day that you die. And so that was beautiful. And then this beautiful bracelet with faith. But these were reminders for me, like God hears, God sees, God knows, God God's with you, right? And I'm telling you the same thing because it's not just happening for me, it's been happening for other people around me. It is so deep. This is deep. Like that God sees, God hears, God knows, God is with you. God has not forgotten you. God is not going to leave you. God is not forsaken. So when she showed up yesterday, she didn't realize that she was an answered prayer. Woo! My other covenant sister that was praying for me didn't realize that she was an answered prayer. And we know this week that the Lord gave us a really powerful word. And this morning, as I was showering, he was reminding me, he was like, man, like, just remind them of what I said, right? And then I'm going to add another piece to it because it seems like he's been building off this same word all week long, right? And this morning, he just spoke to me and he was like, like you shall recover all. Like part of this process is recovery, right? Part of this process is recovery. Part of this process is not just the rebuild, it's the recovery. Remember, he gave us a word the other day. If you haven't been here all week, this may not make sense to you. He told us that the door wasn't closed. It was just the enemy trying to make you think that the door was closed, right? Like that the door was closed, but the door wasn't closed. You had full access. And then he told us to be like the persistent widow, to keep knocking. And then he said he was going to answer some things quickly. So if any of you know state business, right? I had overpaid something with the state, and Jess, who is director of our operations, went to handle some business. And she was like, I requested our refund for this that was overpaid. And she turned around because he has been sending me signs all week that exactly what he said he was going to do is going to keep you like, that exactly what he said he was going to do is about to happen. So this was just, I think this was just this week that she did it. It was just last Thursday or Friday that she did it. So she goes in and she goes, man, she goes, I requested them to refund the money because they were just letting the money sit on the books and they've been sitting there for 2 years. Now, this is a state organization, a state agency. And so they had just been letting the money stay there. And if anybody knows anything about a state agency, it's not always easy to just like get your money. And so she said, the lady told me the form to fill out. And she was like, it's probably going to take 30 days for you to receive a refund. Now, did you hear what I said? And she said it's probably going to take 30 days. Because I need you to put a me too on this morning. If something has not happened for you yet, I need you to put a me too. I need you to understand that I'm giving you the testimony so that you can stand up in what God has said. This isn't a casual, regular morning. We didn't start at 8 o'clock just because I decided to start at 8 o'clock. We started at 8 o'clock because God decided to start us at 8 o'clock. So remember with the unjust judge, it says, then the Lord said, listen to what the unjust judge said. And will not our God defend and avenge his elect, his chosen one? Come on, I'm chosen by God. I'm chosen by God. You got to understand that you're chosen by God. You got to understand your assignment is not regular. You got to understand that it's not over for you yet. You got to understand that the door is not closed. It's not locked. You got to understand that you are in the divine timing of the Lord. You got to understand that he is working all things together for your good. Woo! And that when the enemy comes in like a flood, what God is going to do is lift up the word of God as a standard, right? As a standard. He says, will not God defend and avenge his elect who cry out to him day and night? Will he delay on their behalf? He says, I tell you that he will defend and avenge them quickly. Woo! So listen. So remember, I told you she just went to handle the business. She said, okay, the lady said it'll be about 30 days before they release these funds. Somebody said yesterday. Woo! Now, this was Thursday or Friday or last week. Somebody said yesterday. And see, it's funny because God has had me sowing before I know what word he's going to bring us. Woo! See, I sow into the word too. I sow into this ministry too. One of my designs is to be one of the biggest givers. Keisha like, she do the finance. One of my designs is to be the biggest giver into this ministry. Like I believe in what God says on ministry. So what God had been doing to me lately is he got up yesterday and he told me, he said, I had 2 seeds I needed to release from the ministry. And I was like, yes, sir, I get you. I got you. I understand. So I released the 2 seeds from the ministry. But this check was already on the way because God was already moving, because even the word that he gave us that the door wasn't closed. So I'm coming up my little hill and I open up my mailbox and the refund check is in there. And I said to the Lord, I said, how amazing is it that something that was supposed to take 30 days, you expressed it, and it shows up not in 30 days, not in 28 days, not in 26, not in 25. I think she went Thursday, Friday. She did go Friday, Saturday, or sometime next week. In like 4 or 5 days, this thing is sitting in my mailbox with no hindrances, no delays. And God just simply shows me, he speaks to me, and he says, man, y'all are in the divine timing of the Lord. And I told you yesterday, it's going to take your faith. And I told you yesterday, it's going to take your obedience. It's not enough for just your prayers. I need you to hear me in this season. Don't let the devil have you over there foolish. Your prayers are so important. Your prayers are so important. Your prayers are so important. We're talking about your prayers are so important. We're talking about for this season. We ain't talking about the seasons that you've experienced before. I'm sure we're talking about right now. I've had things like this happen time and time again. Yeah, Vanessa Rose, thank you for that. No delays. Yeah, Kedra, that thing was expedited. We're talking about for this season. We're talking about for right now, because what will happen is you'll be so celebratory of another season that you won't have an expectation high for this season. We're talking about this season. We're talking about this week. We're talking about the last couple of weeks when God has been ministering to us, telling us something was going to be suddenly, that this was the month of breakthroughs, that we were going to have breakthroughs and changes and things happen that had never happened before. Then like after I got the bracelets, then I got another phone call, another text message, and somebody said, I just feel like I'm supposed to bless you. And I said, you don't even know what was specifically prayed over me today for you to come today. And I sent them, I copied and pasted the prayer. And I said, you just don't know. So I'm saying this to you because I want you to be encouraged. I don't want you to be sitting around not looking for what's assigned to you. Woo! So if the Lord told us to start at 8 o'clock, then there's a blessing for 8 o'clock. Woo! There's a blessing that begins at 8 o'clock because we usually hear at 6. There's a blessing that begins at 8 o'clock. You are in the divine timing of the Lord. I don't care what you feel like. I don't care what it sounds like. I don't care what's been missing. Come on, y'all. You are in the divine timing of the Lord. Woo! So then he spoke to me this morning. He just kept saying, recover, 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 recover. And so I asked him, I said, because he has to show me things in scripture. Woo, come on, y'all. I'm going to give you the verse. My God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh. So 1 Samuel 30 and 8. And I need you to understand that David has come in and he has found his city Ziklag destroyed and his family is taken captive. Woo! And so instead of just busting a move or making a move, woo! Because remember, the Lord spoke to us this morning. I hear you, Heavenly Father, you shall pursue. And remember, the Lord spoke to us this morning and said, the door is not closed. The enemy, the other couple of days ago, the door is not closed. The enemy just has been making you think that the door is closed. So here, David has found his city, Ziklag, destroyed, his family taken captive, right? And I'm pretty sure David is emotional. I'm pretty sure David is overwhelmed. Your whole city is destroyed. Your family is taken captive. But instead of responding in emotionalism, I'm finna go. Instead of responding in frustration, instead of blaming God, instead of being confused, well, why did this happen? I've been obedient. Instead of being confused, instead of it says it says David inquires of the Lord. Woo! I'm finna go. I gotta go. It says David inquires of the Lord. It says David, Mika, it says David inquire. I don't know what the circumstance, I don't know what the situation is. I don't know what looks like it's been preventing you. I don't know what looks like destroyed. I don't know what looks like it's hindering you. I don't know what looks like it has overtaken you. I don't know what the sickness is. I don't know what the report is, but it says David inquires of the Lord. Ooh! Thank you, Mary and Mom. She said the Lord just gave her this the other day. It's confirmation. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on around you. I don't know what's been sent to confuse you. I don't know what the enemy has tried to pretend like it would destroy you. But it says David paused and David inquires. David inquires of the Lord. Ooh. It wasn't that David wasn't weeping. He was weeping. It wasn't that David wasn't distressed. He was distressed. It wasn't David had strength. As a matter of fact, the verse said David had no strength left. But he knew in this crisis to turn to God for guidance. Woo! Let me pause and pray. Woo! Like that's how I felt like David. They cried out, they stressed out, the men stressed out. David, wait. Tears, wiping, wait. Let me pa- let me pause. Woo, come on. Let me pause. Let me pause. I feel the Lord. Let me pause and pray. Woo. He says, let me pause. Let me stressed out. Woo! Stressed out. Oh, no, come on, stress, tapped out. Bank account empty. Don't know how you gonna pay it. I don't understand how it's gonna work. Don't understand the report. No, let me pause. Let me pause and pray. Woo, come on. You better come on. Put it in your notes. Let me pause. Let me tell you something. Y'all know my son is in prison. And he sent me an email that was a little disturbing. Y'all know I've been keeping y'all in my journey. He sent me a little email and it was really disturbing. And I read the email and something shot up in my chest. But because of where we've been this week, Bev, I paused and I prayed. And then I sent a text to my girls and I'm like, I need you to pray. Like, I need you to pray for his mind because I know this place is a hard place. And then he called me this morning and he was like, did you see your messages? I said, I did see my messages. He said, well, you didn't respond. I said, I wasn't responding to what you were saying. And the reason I wasn't responding to what you were saying is because God gave me an assignment for you. Like, you need to write a book while you're in there. I know you're frustrated. He's like, Mom, it's hard in here. I know it's hard. I know you're frustrated. I know you're overwhelmed. I know you consumed. And I wouldn't have been able to get the instructions for him if I would have let my emotions get the best of me. Him being in a hard place makes me being in a hard place. But because God had given me wisdom for the situation, instead of allowing my emotions to tell me how the situation goes, I paused and I prayed and I sought the Lord. So by the time he got in my space, I just began to affirm him. I just began to build him up. And I just reminded him that he was a gift. I said, baby, you are a gift to this world, not a burden, a gift. He got quiet and he says, Mama, thank you. But I could not afford, and I cannot afford in this place that we are on, this journey we are on. And God had already loved on me through others. I'm just being honest because we need that sometimes. You cannot be called to the mantle that I am called to and not feel the love of God to strengthen you, even through words, not just gifts, even through words, through actions. So God had already sent people to strengthen me, to show me, man, I'm with you, right? I'm with you. Like, this door with your son is not closed. This door has applied to so many areas in my life this week. Like, this door with your son is not closed. And I told him this morning, I said, this isn't the end of our story. So why don't you start writing your story? You know, your mom is a publisher and an editor, and we'll go on and put this book together because somebody needs to hear your story. I had to pause and I had to pray. So David here in the middle of a crisis, in the middle of the women and children being captive, deeply distressed, he pauses and he prays. David turns to God and says, look, shall I pursue? Woo! Because he could have just been advantageous. These are wives, these are kids. He could have just took off after them. He could have just left. He goes, shall I pursue this raiding party? Will I overtake them? Right? If you are standing at the door I hear you, Holy Spirit, that you are unsure that door is going to unlock, I'm telling you, that thing has lifted and shifted. The door is going to unlock. Exactly what's supposed to happen for you is going to happen for you. Woo! He says, shall I pursue the raiding party? Will I overtake them? Here was the Lord's affirmative response, Julia. Woo! Here's the Lord's affirmative. I don't know where and which direction, Julia, you need to expand in, but I know it's time for you to expand again. I don't know where it's going. I don't know if it's in another country. I don't know if it's in another city. But I know for a fact, Julia, it's time for you to expand. So if you needed confirmation, or you needed a forethought, or you needed a word, and I know you hear from God, I'm telling you, it's time for you to expand. This business that God gave you is not minor. It's not small. It's not little. It's necessary. And even in a season and a place where it isn't, there's a skill set in you that needs to be poured into others. So it's time for you to expand and grow. I don't know if that means you're going to be able to offer what you offer online. I'm not sure how he's going to do it. But if there has been an inkling on you, Julia, that has needed to hear from the Lord, a little bit of confirmation, because I know you're strong in his voice, that I am telling you, it is time for Julia to expand and increase. You can't pray, Julia, and ask him to enlarge your territories and your borders, and he not begin to push them out. You can't spread the place of your tent and he not fill it up. So here's the Lord's affirmative response. He said, pursue. Woo! Can I? I'm taking my time this morning. I feel like I'm slow but effective. Ooh, I feel like I'm slow but I'm effective. I'm taking my time this morning. I'm taking my time this morning because I feel like slow, but I feel like I'm effective. Like Veronica, I feel slow, but I feel effective. I feel slow, but I feel effective. I feel like I'm having to gnaw through this thing. Thank you, Julia, for saying it's a confirming word. So he says, pursue. Right? He says, pursue. She's saying, thank you. Saying, go on, girl, take your time. I heard you saying. So let me tell you what it means to pursue. Woo! And if he's telling you to pursue, that must mean that the door is already open, because pursue means to go after, Kedra. Pursue means to run after. Woo! Pursue means to follow, and we know we following God. This message ain't just for Julia, because y'all get so hyped. Y'all be, oh, Julia. You need to be asking God, what's in this for me? Woo! Thank you, Veronica. Like, you need to be asking God this morning. Now, I'm glad y'all heard the word for Julia. I'm glad y'all celebrating Julia. That's what this ministry is about. But what I need you to do, Katrina Daly, is ask God, what's in this word for me? Woo! Like, what's in this word? Because this word ain't just for Julia. This word is for me. Woo! Come on. Thank you, Victoria Charrington. She said, I'm at a crossword too. And this gave her a much needed word. God bless this confirmation. Thank you for that. Here we go. He says, pursue. Woo! He says, go after. That's what pursue means. He says, run after it. He says, follow. That's what it means. He said, chase it. Woo! He says, hunt it down. Woo! Stalk it. Woo! Track it. Trail it. Trace it. Woo! Hound it. Seek to attain it. Proceed. Go ahead. Ooh, move forward. Ooh. He says, pursue. Ooh. He says, pursue. He says, for you will certainly, not might, not can, not will. He says, you will certain. This is a certain word. This is a certain word from God. And this is a rebuild. This is a build on, like to what was given yesterday. And if the same 55 yesterday that asserted themselves in faith to believe that word yesterday was for them, if they will lock in today and they will continue to pursue, he says, certainly, woo, He says, certainly, for you will certainly overtake them. You will certainly is a guarantee. Ooh. Certainly gives this verse a completely different meaning. Certainly means undoubt. There's no doubt. Certainly means definitely. Ooh. Certainly means surely. Ooh. Certainly means unquestionably. Certainly means beyond doubt. Certainly means unequivocally. Ooh. Certainly means undenied. You cannot be denied in this season. Come on, I need you to put that in your notes. I cannot be denied in this season. What's for me is for me. I cannot be denied in this season. What's for me is for me. He says, obviously, ooh, clearly, my God, unmistakably, undisputedly, all things are possible. When the man is dealing with Jesus and it looks like the situation is grave, he asks Jesus, he says, if you can. And Jesus says, if I can. He says, all things are possible for those that believe. And then the man says, help my unbelief. And then the miracle occurs. Ooh. I don't like putting y'all any big body's business, but Jericho, I need you to lock into what I'm saying. And you know I don't say nothing he don't say, and you know I don't lie. You can't do what you did the other day and it not bring elevation and increase to your household. And that's including the man of God. Ooh, you telling what I said. Like, this ain't y'all level. There's another level of living, Jericho, that the Lord is going to afford and provide. And I don't know how. I don't know if it's shaped in a move. I don't know if it's shaped in a shift. I don't know if it's shaped in another city. But I know that what you did the other day unlocked your next level. You cannot sow what you sowed and how you sowed and it not unlock your next level. That was your next level seed of confirmation. I know you already heard God. I know you hear God, Jericho. I am telling you, there is a shift, and you tell the man of God, it applies to him too. So shall I pursue? He says, certainly overtake them and succeed. He said, and succeed in his rescue. In another version of my book, it says, shall I pursue? And God says to him, he says, yes. He says, and you will recover all. He says, you will recover all that was lost or stolen. When God says all, this is a miracle in the making. It's taking your prayers, the consistency in your prayers, and then your obedience to whatever God asks you to do. To whatever God asks you to do. If it's a fast, if it's a seed, if it's a prayer, if it's a shift, if it's a move, whatever he asks you to do, because your obedience is a part of this. So God says to him, can you imagine how David felt that they have they've taken everything that they love. He is distraught and overwhelmed. He asks God, shall he pursue? God says, pursue. And then he says, I'm telling you, this is the idea of what divine restoration looks like, Jennifer. This is what restoration looks like. This is what divine restoration looks like. There is a difference in you trying to restore yourself and God restoring you. This is what divine restoration looks like. In the middle of his distress, David paused and prays. In the middle of her distress, LMJ pauses and prays because God has already said that the door is not closed. The enemy is just been trying to make me think the door was closed. So here I am in pursuit of exactly everything that God said. So it says, the promise that God will help. This is the promise that God will help you recover what has been lost or stolen. Ooh! He tells him, You're going to be successful. I'm telling you, you're going to be successful this round. You're going to be successful this time. You're going to see things working for you. You're going to see things happening for you. Ooh. God responded to David with a promise. God is responding to you with a promise. I don't like cliches. I don't. But I need you to hear me because it's so real. What you thought was a setback, what you thought was a setback was just a setup for the glory of God. When the children of Israel left Egypt, they get out in the desert, they start murmuring and complaining. They're like, oh my God, did you just get us out here so we could die, so we could be killed? And God is like, no, this setup, whatever you've been through, is all for the glory of God. It is working together for your good. This setup, everything you done been through, everything you done lost, everything it has all been for the glory of God. So as you seek ye first the kingdom, because that's what we pursue, as you seek ye first the kingdom and all this righteousness, guess what? Everything that you're supposed to have is going to be added back unto you. You ain't lose. Nothing you were supposed to have is coming back to you. This is the idea that even if you lost, you're about to experience a victory. This is divine restoration coming to your household for God's name's sake. So when God says to us this morning, you shall recover all, I'm telling you, time, your emotional well-being, your mental well-being, your peace, your joy. This isn't just about things. The things are coming back too. But what God is doing is preparing you for your next level. So when he restores things, even things that you mismanage, you're going to have the wisdom, you're going to have the knowledge, you're going to have the understanding how to handle those things for your next season. Come on, Sharon Nash. I like that. Sharon said, when I thought I was losing, I was resetting. This your come up season. Like it's not just me saying this to you. This your come up season. Like it is. Like it is. Like it is. There are some things that you have let go of, some things that you are let go of, and it may, in your eyes or human eyes, may you think you failed. No, but what he's getting ready to do is rebuild you rightly. You need to be rebuilt right. You need to be built right. You need to be rebuilt right. You need to be rebuilt in faith. Your business this round needs to be rebuilt in faith. Man, thank you. Listen, I'm telling you, I ain't saying stuff just to say stuff to you. If you miss the devotional, I'm for real. You need the last couple of weeks, you go tap in, because there has been such a release and affirmation from God. It's a promotion in the spirit that's going to turn into something in the natural. God is speaking directly to you, to your household. There are things that you lost that you didn't even know you needed in this season that God is going to bring back to you. There are people that have to be reconnected to your life because they're a part of the process and part of the purpose. Let me tell y'all something. Judah got invited to play with the big boys. Oh my God. And he's out there playing with the big boys. And he got dunked on yesterday. It was a crazy dunk. But the guy that dunked on him, Judah's back was turned to him. It's more to the story. But I need to give you the part that's for you. So Judah called me and he goes, man, I just got dunked. Now, these are senior. He's playing with mostly senior boys. He goes, Mama, I got dunked. Man, I got dunked on. Last year or a few months ago, if that would have happened to Judah would have called me and told me to come home. But Judah knows that this is what he is called to, right? So he gets dunked on. It's all on social media. People tagging him in it. People like, oh no, Judah. Da, 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 da. I pick him up and I call him. And he calls me. I said, "You want me to come get you?" He said, "Oh no." He said, "I'm gonna finish this thing out." He said, "Oh no." He said, "I'm gonna finish this thing out. Like I'm gonna finish. I'm not quitting. I'm gonna finish this thing. I'm gonna finish this thing out." So he comes in and he's finishing out, and I'm watching a little bit of him playing. And we get in the car, and his friends are calling him, "You good? You okay?" He said, "I'm fine." He says, "It is what it is." He said, "It is what it is." He said, "It is." He said, "It is what it is." He said, "But can I tell you something? I'm glad I came because I learned so much about myself." He's like, "Man, I'm not ashamed. I ain't got nothing." He goes, "Man, it is like it is what it is." He said, "I'm glad I came." He said, "Because there was a lesson in this." And he began to talk to me about some things that he felt like he needed to happen. Yeah, come on, Veronica. You had to hear. He said, "No, I'm going to finish this thing out." Woo! Come on. That's your tap in, boo. That's your tap in. So the door is not closed. You're going to finish this thing out. You're going to finish. You're going to finish this. You're going to finish this thing out. Come on. Come on. Put it in your notes. I'm going to finish this thing out. Woo! I ain't dying. I ain't letting go. Lest the Lord tell me, or I'm going home to glory. Come on. I'm going to fit. You are called to finish this thing out. Woo! It didn't stop at what you thought was closed. The door isn't closed. You were called to finish this thing out. Woo! So now I'm gonna finish this out. I told him when he got in the car because he had told me the other day. He sent me a text. He said, "I'm so proud of you." That's what he told me the other day. He said, "I'm so proud of you." I said, "Why are you proud of me?" He said, "Because you're growing and you forever learning, and I'm watching you grow and you want to grow." That's what he told me. So then it was my turn. I said, "Hey, I need to put it back on you." I said, "I'm so proud of you." I said, "Because you growing and you learning and you want to grow." Woo! Man, I'm gonna finish this thing out. I'm gonna finish. Come on, you gotta make that. I'm gonna finish this. You're not gonna quit. You're gonna finish. It look. You know? It appeared he should have been embarrassed, and I didn't see no embarrassment in it. Like it happens. It happens to the best of us. I'm gonna finish this thing. He was like, "Man, no, I'm gonna finish this thing out." He was like, "We gotta play this particular boy. We gotta play their team again." He said, "When I play them again." He's like, "When I play them again. And when I go to Virginia," he said, "This didn't do nothing but amp me up. When I hit Virginia next week, I'm going to play my heart out. I'm going to finish this thing out. There is purpose in you. There is glory in you. There's a call on your life. There's an assignment. There's more to you than you have imagined. And the enemy made you think the door was shut. And no, you persistent in prayer. You persist. That's all I've been getting from this week. You persistent in prayer. You persistent in obedience. And when you persist in prayer and persist in obedience, then what it does is bring in the divine timing of God. I'm gonna finish this. It don't end in the sickness. It don't end at the divorce. It doesn't end at the relationship. It doesn't end at all the weird things that they know. You're gonna finish this thing out. Ooh. I love you. You get to pursue it. You get to go for it. You get to pursue it. You get to go for it. You get to go for it. Go. If I were you, I would take this week and do some replays. I would take the last couple of weeks and do some replays. I would just take the last couple of weeks and do some replays. I would. I would just take the last, talk to yourself, Leisha. I would take this last couple of weeks and I'm gonna do some replays and I'm gonna just rebuild and reform myself because, man, I don't know what we're gonna be on next week. Remember, we only have, thank you, Mika said this is what she needed. Remember, we only have Monday and Tuesday of next week because I'll be traveling. But we Monday and Tuesday and next week. I love y'all so much. God is so, but we'll have replays. We'll have encouraging words. I love y'all so much. God loves y'all so much. Hope y'all enjoy y'all week. Enjoy y'all weekend. I hope y'all take this word and let it rebuild and let it fortify you. Help you understand that God was speaking to you. This wasn't just a word for the people that he had their name. It was a word for you too. There's more to you than you know. God sees your future. You do not see it all. Woo! Lord, thank you for allowing us to recover it all. If you want to give, go to the website, lmjministries.org, our cash app for tithes and offerings, $LMJMINISTRY. But on the website, you can find all the ways to give. I love you. God loves you. I love you. God loves you. I love you. God loves you so much more. Do me a favor. Go be loved today. Let somebody else experience the love. I need to say, I need y'all to hear me. I'm not, y'all don't know. You just don't know what it takes to be me. For those of y'all, just it's certain things people did this week that it just strengthened me. Whether it was a seed, whether it was a word, whether it was confirmation, it was something special about this week. Whether it was a prayer, y'all don't know. I needed it. And I need to say thank you. Like I give you as much as I can, but y'all don't know all that I go through to walk in the level of what God has called me to. So for those of y'all that showed up for me any kind of way this week, those of y'all that pray behind the scenes and I don't even know it, I need to tell you thank you. I'm telling you, I'm your confirmation. You were used the last couple of weeks, but especially this week. I'm telling you, you were used by God for me this week. You were used by God. I received that, Sandra. You were used by God. I'm telling you. So don't question anything that you did for me personally this week. You were used by God this week, and I needed it. So I love you and I thank you so much. And I'll see y'all back on Monday, 6 a.m. Love, peace, and blessings. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.